Yes, I hope that everybody has gone through the demonstration for the Mastercam milling software given by Professor Vinay Kulkarni, and also he has solved the first exercise. Okay, I'll continue with the same thing by solving the second exercise, and let me quickly start creating the geometry as per the required dimensions. So I hope you have the figure given in front of you. Okay, so let me start by creating the geometry. I hope you all have already gone through the various options that are being used for the creation of the geometry and then simulating the machining operations. Okay, so I will start with the option create, and then I will select the rectangle option. Okay, I'll use the 2 points under rectangle because using the 2 points I'm going to create the rectangle. So the first point of the rectangle, I will take it at 0 0, the origin, so that it will help me in order to create the remaining part of the geometry by taking that point as the reference for all the other coordinates. So the first point of the rectangle is 0 comma 0. Okay, so that is the first point. The second point of the rectangle, I can click and obtain that second point, or I can enter the coordinates and get the second point. So I will prefer to enter the coordinates. So the x value is 96 comma, and the y value is 53. 96 comma 53 is going to create that rectangle. The moment the rectangle is created, I will use the fit screen option so that rectangle gets fitted into the screen, and it will make the things easy for me to work in the geometry and the visible portion of the screen. Okay, so the moment I use the fit screen, so whatever the elements that you have drawn in the drawing area will get fitted to the visible portion or the area of the screen. Now the rectangle has been fitted. Now within this rectangle, I need to have some of the other parts of the geometry, like I have to have two smaller circle of radius is 6 from the center at a distance of 22, and from that reference of 22 on the left hand side I need to go by a distance of 40.5. So accordingly I will start creating the geometry. Okay, so let me quickly start again. I'll go to main menu, create arc, center point plus radius. So the radius, it is asking me here at the bottom side. So enter radius. Radius value is 6 because 6 is the radius for that smaller circle. So it is at a distance of center. From the center it is at a distance of 22. So 96 divided by 2, 96 by 2 is 48. 48 plus 22 is 70. So what I will do is I'll give the reference as 70 comma 53. Total height is 53 divided by 2. So that is 26.5. So 70 comma 26.5. Okay, so that is creating a circle. And then from here it is the next circle of the same radius 6 is at a distance of 40.5. So what I will do is so from so 40.5 minus 22 is 18.5. So from the center towards the left, you have to go by a distance of 18.5 and then create a circle of radius 6. So what I will do is I will minus 48 minus 18.5, which is giving 29.5. So the x value for the next circle to be created is 29.5 is the x value, comma, y value will remain again the same, 26.5. Okay, so the next circle is also been created. I'll use the screen repaint option so that the screen is getting refreshed, because this software is a bit older version. That is why you will have to use such options. It is not that dynamic, so that the screen gets automatically refreshed. So the small elements sometimes remain back, though they are not actually present, may be sometimes visible on the screen. So the moment you use this screen repaint option, so whatever the things that were not there will get refreshed, and you will see only the elements that are there on the screen. Okay, next again I need to create an bigger arc now of radius 19 at a distance of 22, using the same center at a distance of 22 from the center of the rectangle. So I will create an arc. I'll use the center point plus radius option. Now it is asking me the radius here again. So the radius is 19, and next the reference point is x value is 48 plus 22 is 70, comma, height is 26.5. Okay, the moment I do that, I'm getting a bigger circle. I'll press the escape button, okay, so that I am coming out of that option. So now you can see the example which I had told you. So even if I press the escape button and I come to the main menu, I can see a white circle over here, okay, which actually I have not drawn. Okay, so the circles or the lines that you are able to see in green color are the ones which I have actually drawn. Okay, so those are the ones which I have actually drawn. So this is an extra line which is visible to me. The moment I use this screen repaint option, that gets vanished. Okay, next I'll create the line, okay, because I want the lines connecting the two circles. So I'll create a line. I have multiple options over here: horizontal line, vertical line, endpoints, polar line, tangent line. So you have multiple options to create the line. One can go for a horizontal line also, and one can use the tangent option also. So I'll prefer a tangent line option here, because I'm going to create a line which is going to be tangent to the two circles. There is no specific dimension to that line that is being given. Okay, so I'll prefer to have a tangent line. So I'll select tangent option. I'll use two arcs, because two arcs I'm going to create a tangent line. So I'll select the first arc, I'll select the second arc. The moment I do that, I'm getting a horizontal line. The next, again on the bottom side, I will go, I'll click on the first arc, I'll click on the second arc. So again a line is being created immediately. Next, the moment these two lines are created, next I want a vertical line which is at a distance of, okay, on the left side, actually, if you see, there is a vertical line. That vertical line, if I want, what is the reference for me? The reference is that from the center I have to go towards the right side at a distance of 22, and from there at a distance of 62.5 I have a vertical line. So what I will do is I'll do the same thing. So first I will draw a vertical line at a distance of 22 from the center towards the right, and then I will replicate the same thing at a distance of 62.5 towards the left, so that quickly I'll get that vertical line. So first I will create the line on the right side at a distance of 22, and then I will replicate by using some option. Okay, then I'll go to create option. I'll create a line. I'll create a vertical line. Okay, so for creating the vertical line, x option, the first point I will give it as 70x comma 0, because y value I want 0. So from the bottom side I'm going to start. I'll click on this line at the top. Okay, so it has taken the x coordinate as 0. Okay, so this line I have created as a reference. This line, when I offset by a distance of 62.5, I'll get the required line. So I'll go to main menu. I'll use the X form option. I'll use offset. Okay, now under offset I'm getting multiple options over here, where first it is asking me under operation whether the line is to be moved or it is to be copied. So I'll use the copy option, because I don't want the original line to be moved. Okay, just for the reference I'll retain the original line. Then offset distance I will give it as 62.5 as mentioned in the figure. Say okay. So I'll select the element to be offsetted, that is this line, and then I have to select the direction in which it is to be offsetted. So either left side or right side. So it is to be offsetted on the left side. So I'll click on the left side. The moment I do that, I'm getting a line in the purple color that you are able to see. So the line in the red color was the line which was being offsetted. Okay. Yes. So this line I have obtained. Next, I need two small lines of distance 14 on the top and bottom side. So for that, the reference is again a line at the center from the central horizontal line at a distance of 24 on the either sides, that is top and down. I need those two lines of distance 14. So what I'll do is I'll create a big line in the initial step, and then I can trim the lines so that I can retain only the required portions of the line. Okay. Yes, then I can offset this line also, so that only the distance of 14 mm can be maintained. So I will again go to X form. offset by a distance of 14. Okay, I'll say okay. I'll offset this line itself in the right side direction. Okay, so this is the 14 distance. And next, I am going to create a line, a horizontal line from the center by or center of y. So that is 20, x value is 0 comma 26.5. So that is exactly at the center. So till this particular line I will create that line. So this line I'm going to, now this is the line which is there actually at the center. Now this line I'm going to offset by a distance of 24 on the upper side and 24 on the lower side. So I'll go to main menu again, Xform. I will use the offset option. The offset distance is 24. Say okay. Offset this one on the top side. Again main menu, Xform, offset distance of 24. Say okay. This line on the lower side. So the line is being offsetted on both the sides. So now I can start the remaining arc. Okay, so I want another arc, the last portion to be created, because the trimming and cutting and deleting options we will use at the last, because after the all the geometrical parts are created, then we will start trimming and deleting the unnecessary lines. Okay, so first I will create the two arcs on the top and bottom side of a radius 43.5. So for creating this arc, the reference is that from this line, the one which you can see in the purple color on the screen, from that line, okay, the center is at a distance of 34.5 and at in line with the center of the rectangle, in line with the center of the rectangle. So the x value is how much for 96 divided by 2, which is 48. Okay, so the x value is 48, and y value, for the y value you will have to just find out. Okay, so that is going to be, okay, I can create another line from, I can offset this line itself. I can offset and then use that line as the reference. Okay, yes. So the overall distance here was 53. So 24 is being taken on either sides. 53 minus 48 is 5. So 2.5 is left on both the sides. So this small gap between the two lines, between the purple and the green line, is 2.5. Okay. So 34.5 minus 2.5 is going to give me 32. So the y value is 32. So I will directly go to create arc option, center point plus radius. I will select. The radius is 43.5 as mentioned in the figure. First thing, so the radius is there of 43.5. Now the x value, as I said, it is at exactly the central line of the rectangle. So the x value is going to be 48, comma, y value is going to be how much? 32. The moment you do that, okay, sorry, we need to give in minus value. So I will quickly repaint the screen. I'll delete this arc. I'll delete this arc because on below the 0 0 value we have to go on the other side of the axis. So accordingly I will create arc, center point plus radius. Radius is 43.5. Then next, x is 48, y value is minus 32. Okay, so the arc is been created. So the arc is created. Similarly on the other side, similarly on the upper side also. So I'll go to again create arc, center point plus radius. Okay, radius is 43.5. The x value is 48, comma. Y value would be 34.5, 32. Okay, 53 plus 32, 85. Y value is 85. The moment you do that, the top arc is also created. I'll use the screen repaint option so that only the necessary options are being, or the lines are being retained. Okay. Now, now we can start with the cutting and trimming of the extra lines. So I'll go to main menu, modify, trim. Okay, I can use two entities. So this is like in all the other softwares, the moment you click on one particular entity, it can be trimmed. But here, if you want, you can use the two entity option. So I want to retain this and this, so the remaining parts will get trimmed automatically. I want this and this portion, so that remaining portions are getting trimmed automatically. The next, for this one, I want this and this, so the remaining portion is getting trimmed. I want this portion and this portion, so this portion is getting trimmed. So software sometimes behave in an unusual way, so that extra or unnecessary portion which was not supposed to be cut is also getting trimmed. Not a issue, we have some other options for that, we will quickly explore. Okay, next, I'll continue using the trim option. I want this portion and this line, so this portion is getting cut. I want this portion and this portion, so this is getting cut. This one and this one, so this is getting cut. Oh, so again, as I said, it is behaving in an unusual way, so the extra portion of that arc is also getting trimmed. Okay, so we'll finish that one also, nothing to worry. So first I want to retain this and this, so this is getting trimmed. Then I will use main menu, I will use modify, and then use extend option. This is another simple option which can be extended, used to extend the elements. So I'll click on extending this. Okay, length I'll specify, so it is 0.05, which is a very very small number. I'll give either 2 or 3, so that by that length it will go on extending. Okay, so the moment I use that, so it is getting extended. So let me extend this arc also. Okay, next, again I'll go to modify, trim, two entities. I want this one and this one. I want this and this, so both the unnecessary parts have vanished now. Next, I want this portion and this portion. I want this portion and this portion. So extra things are getting trimmed off. So I'll delete the unnecessary lines directly. So these are the unnecessary lines. Now you are ready with the geometry. I guess there are some small modifications required. I guess there is a fillet to be added here on the left side of radius 5. So for that, let me quickly explore the option to create a fillet. Okay, so under modify itself, you have an option, the first option, fillet. So I'll fillet the particular two sides. Radius, I'll specify, radius is how much specified over here is 5. Okay, then next I'll use, because fillet is at the corner of the two entities, I'll have to select two entities. I'll click this line and this line. Since I had specified the radius, the moment I selected the two lines, automatically the fillet was created with the specified radius. Then next I'll select this line and this line, so automatically I'm getting that fillet again. So the entire geometry is now ready for us to proceed with the machining. So if we see, the plate thickness for creating the stock now has been specified in the figure as 10 mm. So the plate is of 10 mm thickness, and the pocketing that is to be done, that is of 5 mm. So first I'll go to main menu, tool paths. Okay, I will use uh, pocket. I'll use area option. I'll click on this area. Okay, I'll say done. I will right click over here and get new tool from library. Say I can. Okay, so it is in inches as of now. So you can set it to metric. I'll show quickly the option how to set it in metric, but the creation of the geometry, I hope everybody has understood. So I can select uh, end mill flat, say okay. I'll specify the pocketing parameters. Depth is -5, because pocketing depth has been specified. It is -5. Then next, roughing or finishing parameter, I'll select true spiral. You can select any option, the way in which the material is to be removed. Say okay. Okay, so in this way the material will be removed. Okay. Next, I'll select contour and say chain, and I'll select this particular rectangle. Say done. Again, I'll use the same tool if I want, or I can add a different tool. Then depth, I'm going to give -5. Say okay. So it is cutting from the inside, so I can change the things. I'll go to parameters again. For this particular operation, I'll use the cutter compensation towards the right. I'll say okay. Okay, select all, regenerate path. So it is cutting from the outside now, so that is correct. Say okay. Now I can do the job setup. Stock origin I can create from -5 and -5. The y value of the stock is 53. Since I have given -5 as the origin, so I'll do +10. So I'll give it as 63. X value is 96. Since I have given -5, 101, I'll add +10. Say I'll give 106. And Z is given as thickness is 10 mm. So I'll specify 10. I'll click on option display stock. The stock origin should be from the corner. Okay. I'll say okay. Okay, so the stock is been displayed. I'll use the fit screen option. Stock is getting displayed. I'll go to the simulation now. Since I've defined all the operations, I'll go to operations, select all, regenerate path, and then verify. Then I'll use this particular option in order to specify the things. Here I have to click on use job setup values, so that whatever the job setup and other things I have mentioned, okay, I can use the job setup values for the simulation. Click on OK. I'll click the play button. Okay, I guess there is some error with the simulation. Okay, just let me quickly check for the parameters. That is -5. Okay. Okay, somehow the simulation is not visible, though it should have been visible. I guess there is some error. You can just do the same operations. Okay. As I said, only one error that we have done is we have not set the screen in the metric. Okay. So the option to set in the metric form is go to main menu, go to screen option, go to configure, and then here at the bottom side of this options menu, you have the current configuration file. You have to set it to metric. That should be done in the beginning, before you begin with the software. Okay. Before you start to draw anything in the software. Okay, so select it as metric and then click okay. So that was one mistake, but I guess other things were correct. So the simulation can be obtained by doing the same procedure that I had explained earlier. Let me just quickly try one more time, and if it is visible, that is fine. If not, we can quickly see the simulation again in the next exercise. But the way to create the geometry and to specify and define the operations, the parameters, everything is the same. There is no issue or error with the all the drawings or the procedure that we have followed, except that uh, defining of the units at the beginning. Okay, so I think that there might be some issue with that particular thing, but let me quickly again give a try. Operations, select all regenerate path, verify, and use the job setup values. Okay, other things are fine. See, there are too many options over here regarding the tool also, whether the tool holder is also to be displayed on the screen or no, what is the quality that is to be moved, shown in the particular animation, and the number of steps. So many things you can alter over here, so that the simulation, the way in which you see the simulation, can be changed. I'll click OK, and then I will play. I'll just quickly try. No, there is some issue, but you can give a try and see whether you are getting the simulation. Only remember that you are setting the screen at the beginning, before you start drawing in the metric. Okay, so we'll stop here for the second exercise.